Madison Bumgarner gets the ball today, and for Giants fans, it just doesn't get any better than that. This month, Bumgarner has been completely dominant on the mound and at the plate. Today, Bumgarner faces a confident Cubs team in the rubber match of the series. Giants, Cubs, next.
Day baseball here at AT&T Park as we come to you from the corner of 3rd and King, final game of this 3-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants picked up a very much needed win last night against this Cubs team, and they'll have to play hard again. They're missing a lot of people, but everybody's pretty confident when you've got Madison Bumgarner on the mound.
Well, he will definitely give you confidence. Now, keep in mind, this is game 20 in this grueling stretch of 26 games against the best teams in baseball. And every time Madison Bumgarner has gone out there, he has given this team a great chance to win. And he has had a perfect 4-0 month in the month of August. And he'll hope to continue that type of success today. He's had good lifetime success against these Cubs, 5-2. But the one thing that the Giants must do behind Bumgarner is they have to play clean defense.
Catch the ball. Do all the little things, yes. And that might equal a win. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our Comcast SportsNet studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Is brought to you by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Fans get to see a rubber match and some day game action at the Yard. Series finale between the Cubs and Giants starts shortly. The Giants coming off a big win last night, able to grind one out despite a very beat-up bunch. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez. Madison Bumgarner's on the hill today, but more importantly, that means he's going to get some ABs at the plate. He's got 5 home runs so far this season. He's broken his own season record. How about we take a look back at him? It's our McDonald's True Stories this afternoon. First one, probably the most impressive. It came off of Clayton Kershaw back in May. Now, you're going to think that we're replaying the exact same clip. We're not. He hit one in June, he hit one in July, and he hit 2 in August, and now he's 1 away from tying the franchise record held by Hal Schumacher, who hit 6 home runs for the New York Giants back in 1934. Madison has homered in back-to-back starts, and today, well, we're guessing a 3rd straight is likely on his mind. The Giants are going to be taking on the Cubs. It is the series finale. We've got lineups, we've got first pitch, and as always, we'll be having Crook and Catch Your Favorites. So stay with us.
Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Fans get to see a rubber match and some day game action at the Yard. Series finale between the Cubs and Giants starts shortly. The Giants coming off a big win last night, able to grind one out despite a very beat-up bunch. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez. Madison Bumgarner's on the hill today, but more importantly, that means he's going to get some ABs at the plate. He's got 5 home runs so far this season. He's broken his own season record. How about we take a look back at him? It's our McDonald's True Stories this afternoon. First one, probably the most impressive. It came off of Clayton Kershaw back in May. Now, you're going to think that we're replaying the exact same clip. We're not. He hit 1 in June, he hit 1 in July, and he hit 2 in August, and now he's 1 away from tying the franchise record held by Hal Schumacher, who hit 6 home runs for the New York Giants back in 1934. Madison has homered in back-to-back starts, and today, well, we're guessing a 3rd straight is likely on his mind. The Giants are going to be taking on the Cubs. It is the series finale. We've got lineups, we've got first pitch, and as always, we'll be having Crook and Catch Your Favorites. So stay with us.
ready for Madison Bumgarner to lead the team out. It's our game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 79 degrees here at the Yard. See winds at 5 miles per hour. Humidity at 60%. And it is sunny. And now the umpires have come out, so it's nice that they could join us for today's ball game.
Yeah, I think that was nice of them.
Now let's take a look at the lineup that'll be facing Madison Bumgarner. It'll be Denorfia, then the tough guy to get out for the Giants, Kyle Schwarber, followed by Bryant, who's got a 6-game hitting streak, and he seems to like the Giants. Rizzo will hit in the 4th spot. Then it's Castro, Russell, and Matt Caesar. Heron will hit 8th, and Herrera will hit 9th.
Now that man right there is going to take the hill as he leads his team out. Madison Bumgarner. On an absolutely spectacular day for baseball in a ballpark that's going to play quite small today. There's no wind right now. That may pick up later, but right now it is live from foul line to foul line. Let's take a look at Madison Bumgarner, the 3-time National League All-Star. Has done this year in 25 starts. He's 15-6, a 3.02 ERA. He is in the conversation for the Cy Young Award winner in 2015. 180 strikeouts against 28 walks and 169 2/3 innings. And when you take your at-bats against Bumgarner, you're going to see a fastball from a low 3/4 release. That's got a natural cut to it. It's low 90s. Got a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. Against these Cubs lifetime, he's done well. 5-2 with a 2.54 ERA. Now let's take a look at that defense playing behind Bumgarner in today's ballgame. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right will be Aoki, Perez, and Byrd, the best arm in center field with Juan Perez. Adrianza and Duffy on the left side of the infield with Crawford getting another day off because of a strained oblique. Kelby Tomlinson joined by Brandon Belt on the right side of the infield. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, catching a day game after a night game. Let's take a look at the pitch grips that Bumgarner will use. That's 4-seam fastball. That's bread and butter. That's your backbone fastball. And there's the 2-seam fastball with the thumb slightly underneath the forefinger. That'll give you sink. And that is the curveball with the middle finger laid right parallel to the seam, and you throw it like you're hammering a nail. There's a slider, almost like a 4-seam fastball grip, but with the thumb underneath the middle finger, and just a slight angle difference in the hand, and it gives you a different movement. And there's a circle changeup. The forefinger and the thumb form a circle on the side of the ball, and you basically throw that on the weak side of your hand, which cuts the velocity but gives you the same arm action, which is the deception of the pitch in the eye of the hitter. And right now he's throwing about as confidently as he possibly can, and the Giants have needed him. He's been asked to stop a lot of losing streaks. He's been asked to really shoulder a load, and he has done it. And in this month of August, he has been unbeaten 4-0. How does he do it? Well, 80% of the time you're going to see something hard with a fastball and a cutter. That velocity will go high 80s into the low 90s. And the rest of the time you're going to see a curveball and a changeup. That cutter is what he calls a slider. And because of that low 3/4, it's really not that much different in the eye of the hitter until it gets to the strike zone.
So here we go as Chris Denorfia gets ready to stand in. As Mike mentioned, it's a beautiful day. Bumgarner looks into Buster Posey, and the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's a called strike. So we get started at 12:46. It's a warm one here at the Yard, and as Mike said, little wind at all. Denorfia's got some ownage on Madison Bumgarner. How about 15 for 47 with 6 doubles and a triple?
That's ownage. There aren't many guys that can make that claim.
By the way, the home plate umpire is Gary Cederstrom. Wolf, Barksdale, and Blakeney from first to third. There's a called strike. Got to wait on Gary Cedarstrom. He could be a little late.
Well, he's a low ball umpire, and the one thing about Cedarstrom is if you're putting the ball between the knees, you can get a wide strike zone. But if you set up on the inside corner and the ball goes outside corner, if it's not between the knees, you won't get it. But all in all, he's a pretty good umpire, and he's very steady with his zone. Kyle Schwarber.
Watching is Bumgarner was the only starter for the Giants that did not start a game in Chicago. Got him.
Good curveball. And that has been the one thing in August that it's gone up another notch, and that's the consistency of his breaking ball, curveball, the slider, the cutter. I mean, it's just been very sharp, very explosive, and here puts away a guy that knows him well. And that's our Toyota Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Perfect placement in a 2-2 count.
So here's Schwarber. Led off last night as he takes the pitch up and in. He had a hit to open up the game. That was a pop-up that fell between Posey and Peavy. So he'll be taking his first at bats against Madison Bumgarner. And that's a bit high, 2-0. 12 home runs for this kid. And he hit his 12th on Tuesday night.
Well, lots of power. 6 feet tall, 235. Was a linebacker when he played football in high school. I mean, that doesn't really surprise you when you get around this guy. I mean, he's built like a rock. Basically, he's got catcher's body, linebacker's body, same thing.
And a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. And that pop-up is out of play.
Buster Posey never saw it.
This was the home run we talked about on Tuesday.
That was a 2-strike count, and he lays a slider in the strike zone down and in, and it left the yard quickly.
So 3-0 to 3-2. And he fouls it back as he goes at him with another fastball.
And he was on that.
Got Buster, I think, dinged him a little bit on the collarbone.
Well, everybody up there around home plate can relate to it. Schwarber, a catcher, and of course Cedarstrom, the umpire. They've all been dinged.
Ball back and another fastball. Bumgarner's been watching this kid tear it up, right? And it would not surprise us just to see him throw fastball.
Well, he gets that way. I mean, it's all territorial in the mind of Madison Bumgarner, especially when some young stud with power gets in that batter's box. He wants to impress him, and he wants to impress him with the fastball. And Buster called slider twice. He shook it off for the fastball.
Well, one thing Schwarber can't say is, well, he didn't go after me.
8 pitches in this at bat. No, it's never a problem with him taking on a challenge with the fastball. And there's the whiff percentage, the 6th best in the major league.
Got him.
Finally gave into a little cutter, and Schwarber gets walked up.
So he must have thought that pitch was going to be high.
You'll see belt high calls from Cedarstrom too. I mean, I think the guy looks for strikes. That's why I've always felt he's a pretty good umpire for a pitcher if you have pretty decent control.
So here's Bryant. You see Bumgarner took a little gaze to see where the outfield was playing. And Bryant, who absolutely loves that first pitch, fouls it over by the Giants dugout. The 0-1 pitch. Here it is. And it's inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 to Bryant. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Bumgarner. Nice rhythm. Not in any hurry.
Got him. Strikes out the side. Giants are coming up. And the lineup that Herron will be facing looks like this. It'll be Aoki in the leadoff spot, followed by Duffy, Belt, and Posey. Byrd, he will hit in the 5th slot, then Tomlinson, Perez, and Adrianza. And this is the same lineup as last night, with the exception of the guy hitting 9th, and that's Madison Bumgarner. And you can see what he's hitting at home. He's got 4 home runs at home.
Take a look at the starter today for the Cubs. Will be the right-hander Danny Herron. Started out the season with Miami, came over to the Cubs July 31st at the trade deadline. And in 25 starts, he's 8-8 with a 3.76 ERA, 104 strikeouts against 28 walks. He can pitch. I mean, he's not going to really impress you with a lot of velocity, but he will move the ball around. He will cut the ball. He'll give you curveballs, sliders, changeups, splits, whatever. I mean, he'll bring a lot of different movement, and he's got nice touch with all of his pitches. So you're never going to really get the same movement, same location, or same speed from Herron. Lifetime against the Giants, 7-6 with a 3.00 ERA.
So here's Nori Aoki. Aoki hitting at .297, hit a home run last night. And he takes low.
I tell you now for our Togos, big play the Togos way last night. Nori Aoki hit a home run off Kyle Hendricks, the 4th career leadoff home run and his 2nd this season. And it was significant because the Giants were down 2-0 in that game, and with that swing of the bat, he definitely got the crowd into the game.
So the 2-1 now to Aoki is on the inside corner, 2-2. You see Matt Duffy, who we thought for a minute or two last night was going to be lost for a while. And he turned his ankle at first base. Popped him up. Who's it going to be? Russell. 1 out.
Third baseman, number 5, Matt Duffy.
People around town are starting to really enjoy Matt Duffy. And why wouldn't you?
Well, he's a ball player, and that's the best compliment you can give a player breaking into the big leagues. His first full season at the big league level, hitting .306 with 10 homers and 59 RBIs, and it seems like every one of those RBIs meant something. And as Pipe said last night, we thought we were going to lose him. Thought he had an ankle injury, but he stayed in the game. And here he is today. We didn't think we were going to see him today.
Well, we got reports, as everybody else did, that after the game, they're going to take some x-rays just to make sure everything was fine. And it turned out that that was true.
Let's take a look at the Cubs defensively today behind Danny Herron, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Denorfia, Caesar, and Bryant, best arms in left and right, and they're good arms. Russell and Herrera on the left side, Castro, Rizzo on the right side, and Kyle Schwarber. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Duffy pops one out to right field for Bryant. Bryant will make the play. Yeah, this is what happened last night. We talked about the ankle injury, and he just twisted it or turned it, whereas he went back into first, maybe trying to avoid stepping on Rizzo, and then he stole second, and then he went to third on a fly ball, and then he scored on a ground ball. So here's Belt, and Belt takes low. Belt's got a home run against Herron. He's 4 for 11 lifetime. And either a call strike or on the swing. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
If you're thinking you're going to see a lot of challenge fastballs from Danny Herron, forget it.
Out of play.
He's going to cut the ball. He's going to sink the ball. He's going to throw curveballs and changeup, splits. I mean, he's just going to throw a lot of different types of movement, a lot of different types of speed action. He has exceptional command there. You see the slider. He throws more than the fastball.
Herron started to lean towards the dugout. It's 2-2.
All right, here's a 1-2 fastball right to the glove, and that's close.
I would not take it again. 3-2.
Back same location with a cutter.
Her ball hit into shallow right center field, and Castro will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Second inning coming up. Inspiring.
first inning for Madison Bumgarner, and he had it going. With Kristen Norfie, he comes up 1-2 curveball, see you later. Then a 3-2 cutter, see you later. And Chris Bryant, a little hard slider to the back foot. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. That's our Ford right choice.
So here's Anthony Rizzo to lead things off. Rizzo hitting at 288, 25 home runs, 77 runs batted in. And a base hit into right field. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen. Well, Bruce Bochy was just like you guys. He wasn't sure he was going to have Matt Duffy today either. He said he went home last night more doubtful than hopeful, but came to the park today to good news. Matt is playing with that ankle heavily wrapped. It's just a little bit swollen, and it is sore, but he also said he's well aware of the Giants roster situation, and he was not interested in a day off. Gregor Blanco is much better today. He is available off the bench. Angel Pagan en route as this game is going, could be activated tomorrow, and Brandon Crawford feeling better, hopeful that he'll be back Friday. Gentlemen.
All right, that's good stuff.
Yeah, how about Amy? She brought some serious good news.
Well, she's in a good mood today, too. One ball and no strikes. Castro hitting 242. Takes a strike. A little bit of ownage. 10 for 24 against Bumgarner.
Those are good numbers.
This pop-up is going to reach the seats. Yesterday, Joe Panik moving around at second base. You and I asked him before the game, because we've accused him of being a good liar. There's such a thing. Contradiction of terms. But we asked him, he said, "You're going to lie about this one coming back?" He said, "Absolutely not." He said, "I do not want to feel, when I take the field after I come back, I do not want to feel like I did the last 2 days I played."
Yeah, in Texas was really.
He said, I can't do it. So he said, I will be absolutely honest, and I'll be ready.
This injury has scared him, no doubt. He's never had to deal with any injury in the minor leagues. This one got his attention. When you're a young player, I mean, you have that sense of invincibility when it comes to injury. And then when you go through a substantial injury, it's a rude wake-up call.
Yep. Bum, I don't know if he wanted to talk to Buster Posey, but he changed his mind. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt, and now Buster Posey keeps it close, but not close enough.
One thing that it almost looks unlikely because of the size of the guy, but Anthony Rizzo is an outstanding base runner. He's got 15 stolen bases on the year, but that doesn't even talk about the IQ that he has on the base paths. One hits high in the shoulder of Buster Posey. That did not feel good. I mean, Rizzo's a big guy, 6'3", 240, but he can move, and his jumps are exceptional as a base runner.
Fair ball down the left field line. That's going to knock in Rizzo, and it's also going to mean Castro is at second base. So he hooked this one. He hooked Romo in the game last night.
Now they had played Duffy off the line, it would not have made a difference. I mean, that thing was just a bullet right down the line. Might have been a tough play if he was playing on the line.
First pitch is low to Addison Russell. Russell hitting at 247. He loses the bat, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Scared that woman.
Yes, it did. It got her attention. And that's a picture worthy of getting my camera up and taking 40 shots.
Make sure you get that shot as opposed to asking you how your wife is doing.
She'll remind him of that later.
Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Now let's take a look at the bat swing. She was not sticking around. He's going photo up, photo up.
Beep, beep. 2-2.
So a non-productive out.
Yeah, Joe Washington is one of our guys here at Comcast. That's his father, Joe, or his father, Joe. Absolutely.
Washington family enjoying the sunny skies of the Bay Area here. A beautiful day for baseball.
His sister is sitting in that group. Here's Matt Caesar. Joe here. Joe's not here. Joe's working, I'm sure. Sure, Joe's working.
Well, absolutely he's working. He's up to 30 hours a week now.
Well, that's working on Saturdays and Sundays, too. Outside to Caesar. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch is not a pitch at all as Bumgarner chases Castro back. Bumgarner
slapped away at that ball going back to him. He's not happy with the call. Hey, she's got her glove. Gamer babe.
Ready to go.
That is a veteran glove right there.
Thank you.
And the walk.
Oh yeah, they're feeling it. Just a great look, that's all. It's ice cream time. You ever get to the yard, especially on a day like today, you want to head to Ghirardelli's.
Take advantage of it. Remember, you do not count calories at the yard.
No, they don't count.
Or at least we don't.
One situation for Heron, but he's also a pretty good hitter.
Taps it foul. So Heron steps out. And now Bumgarner's ready. Heron taking a strike. There's nothing in 2.
Not showing a run at all. Fastball right in the hands. So having the pitcher hit 8 did not work in the favor of the Cubs in this particular instance.
It just kind of surprises me whether the pitcher's hitting 4th, 8th, or 9th. You might want to maybe bunt the guy to get to Jonathan Herrera. No balls and 1 strike.
Look, if you're a 200 hitter as a pitcher, that's good.
Yeah.
You're like one of the elite hitters. But we're talking a 200 hitter. Herrera was hitting 135 coming into that bat. Look, he handles the bat well. We totally applaud that.
But he could also hit into a double play.
I just think the bunt makes more sense.
Bumgarner is now 0-2. But no denying what this man has done. They're 73 and 52.
Yeah, he's done an unbelievable job. He's got the city of Chicago believing. And he's done it in his first year.
And he runs that just inside.
Next pitch of this inning will be number 25. And just about all of it's been in the stretch.
Got him. Bumgarner strikes out the side again. Cubs do score. Posey to lead things off.
Bay Area is brought to you by Bay Area Mini.
Well, the Cincinnati Reds visit AT&T Park next homestand, and all 3 are night games, 7:15 starts. First 20,000 fans are going to receive a World Champions belt buckle, courtesy of Scottsdale and Visitors Convention Bureau. Get your tickets at sfgiants.com/tickets. Buster Posey takes the ball, 2 balls and no strikes. 314 for Buster Posey.
Herrera missing that strike zone. He didn't miss by a whole lot. He makes you think on everything he throws at you.
And Buster gets underneath this one as he skies it into very shallow center field for Castro. 1 out.
4 Giants hitters, 4 pop-ups. really 5 or 4 pop-ups and 4 at bats. The one fly ball out to right field off the bat of Duffy was just kind of a pop-up, not very deep.
So here's Marlon Byrd. He's got big numbers against Herron. He's got 9 extra base hits against Herron, 14 hits total. Oh, 1-2. And that fastball is high, so Herron pumps that up at 89.
That's just about his best bolt, but he does not maximize at any release. I mean, he throws at a speed he can control. Ooh, close. Now Herron upset with the non-call. When we first saw Herron come up with the Cardinals, he was consistently above 95, and he was a hard thrower.
And that's popped out of play. Tomlinson is on deck. And he got him. First strikeout for Herron, and here's Tomlinson. The wins with the most different teams of active pitchers. And LaTroy Hawkins is on top. Tomlinson bluffs a bunt. Molly, Peterson, and Gunner. Dad's in the truck working this ball game.
Gunner, a veteran, not his first rodeo. Oh yeah. When I go to the yard, I always bring my shovel.
Kind of like his dad. His dad shovels a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, he likes to shovel.
Pop back and out of play.
I mean, you never know what they're going to like.
Base hit, center field. And that's the first hit for the Giants.
Kelby Tomlinson can hit.
So when you say that, you mean you just never know what they're going to like to play with.
Just a replay, a little cut fastball going right back up the middle. Take the backside. Body right between the legs. Good weight distribution. Yeah, you could have a whole garage of antiques, and they'll walk in there and they'll find one thing. Could be a rock. And that's it. They're good with it for about 2 years.
Oh, my goodness. Here's Juan Perez. Tomlinson thought about it, and maybe that Herron quick pitched him.
Well, he'll do that. I mean, literally. Had it with one of our children. We were moving. We had a room that was just filled with stuff. What was the thing that he went to? The doorstop.
Yeah.
Thought that was the greatest thing he'd ever seen.
1 ball and 1 strike.
That was china and silver and bangles and beads and ornaments. Doorstop.
Runner goes. Swinging a line drive, center field. On the move is the center fielder, Caesar, and it's over his head. And Perez is going to stop at second, and this game is tied.
Two-out thunder here for the Giants. And one thing we've noticed about the Cubs, whether it be Dexter Fowler or Chris Denorfia, and now Matt Caesar, they play shallow in center. They challenge you to hit the ball over their head. And that's exactly what Juan Perez did.
RBI number 2 for Juan Perez.
Now watch Matt Schwarber on that base hit by Juan Perez. Watch him come up and put a deke to the runner. This ball gets hit, yet he comes up as if he's throwing with the idea that maybe a runner's taking a look at him, doesn't know where the ball is, and he'll stop.
That's not bad. And the strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
You never know what the hitter's seeing. He may be coming off the bag, stealing. You never know. But
I don't know. I think he's working on his form. You know what? That might be on his baseball card next year. You know, you kind of pose a little bit.
Somewhere in his career, he got somebody hung out.
It's like there's the Heisman pose, and then there's the catcher's pose.
And there's the catcher with the no ball pose. Hey, if it saves you 90 feet somewhere down the road or a run, it's a great play.
One and 2 to Adrianza. And Adrianza is going to get called out. So that's going to end the inning. Giants tie it up. 3rd inning coming up.
You buy Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Saturday, September 12th is Lego Day here at AT&T Park. Your special event package will get you admission to the pregame Lego Day build experience, a limited edition Giants player Lego mini build, and a ticket to the Giants game against the Padres. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
So Denorfia is going to step up. Denorfia struck out to open up the ball game. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Breaking ball is a good one.
Trying to figure out that breaking ball.
Bumgarner, first time through the lineup, 6 strikeouts, and a lot of his kill pitches have been that breaking
ball. Adrianza gets rid of it quickly.
We're going to take a look at the play that ended it for the Giants. This is a strikeout. Adrianza, there's a guy at second base. There's an open first base. He has to run. He's got to make that catcher make a throw. That is a mental mistake walking back to the dugout. He has to make that catcher make a throw to first base. You never know. Catcher may hit a nerve, throw it in right field, and then you get that run. And that's exactly what Bruce Bochy said to Adrianza when he got back to the Giants dugout. And the skipper was not happy.
So here's Schwarber. And he rolls this one to Belt. And Belt to Bumgarner. Unbelievable.
I don't know how he did it.
It's unbelievable because Belt probably should have let the ball go, and it turns out they got the out anyway.
You're talking a guy who's 6'5", 250 pounds, and then watch this athleticism with the throw going behind him, reaches back and pirouettes and still manages to tag the base ahead of Schwarber. It's a bad throw and a great play. And folks, how he got that out is just a testimony to athleticism. Great play, Madison Bumgarner.
That's one of the best plays I've seen this year.
Not easy. One more look.
Schwarber could have stepped on his foot. That would not have been good. Did Schwarber look like he took a little bit of an angle to maybe round the bag?
That's exactly what he was doing. Schwarber's got an eye view of this thing coming down the first base line. He's thinking that's going to be a wide throw. He may have a shot to go to second.
So 2 ground balls in the inning, 2 outs. In the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. Bumgarner with pitch number 30 coming up. Actually, pitch number 52, I beg your pardon. And it's popped out of play. This gang's ready.
Got their hats on, strapped on their colors, head to the yard. A lot of good attitude in that role.
Hi, Steve.
So a full count now to Chris Bryant.
Bunch the middle, give them the lines. Pinch the gap in right center. That's how they play. Bryant, who has a real good right field approach.
Got him again. 7 strikeouts. Watch the footwork of Madison Bumgarner.
Across his body, 360s, and still gets the out.
He's a Clydesdale.
Way. All roads lead to wine country for the Verizon IndyCar Series season finale August 28th through 30th. Visit racesonoma.com.
Here's Bumgarner, and he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. Bumgarner, .254 average with 5 home runs. He's got 9 runs batted in. And it's 2-0. Three balls and no strikes.
Well, he's got respect. I mean, he's got 5 home runs. You can't just lay it in there and you start to nibble, and guess what? You get down to count 3-0, and he will swing 3-0.
Didn't like that pitch. It's 3-1. Line drive caught right at the shoe tops of Russell. 1 out.
Absolute bullet. Just absolutely squares up a screaming low sinking line drive. That'll break in a glove on 1 catch. Madison Russell, nicely done.
So here's Nori Aoki. Breaking ball down low. Two balls and no strikes.
Amy G is a 10. Well, who didn't know that?
Yeah, we actually have her rated a little higher than that. But we're totally biased. Ball 4.
All right, time now for our Geico quote. This one comes from Matt Duffy on not coming out of the game last night when he tweaked his ankle. He said, "Hey, we're trying to win games. I don't want Buster to play third base." Well, that's our Geico quote.
If I'm Buster, I'm going to go, look, thanks, but what? You don't think I can do it?
That's exactly how Buster's going to take it.
Yo, dude. Duffy hit a fly ball to right. He's 0 for 1. And he takes a strike. Belt is on deck. A 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd on a beautiful day here in San Francisco. Duffy rolls it foul.
Oh yeah. It found someone faithful. That is a good home.
Oh, 2 pitch coming up. With Duffy at the plate, I'm a little surprised that Castro playing as far over to the second base as he is, unless they really believe that Herron's going to throw a lot of breaking balls and Duffy's going to hook it. And they probably have a bit more data than we do. We just have a bit more data watching Duffy hit every day.
Well, he's got such a consistent approach to the right side. It does surprise you when they give that opportunity to him and open up the right side. I mean, that's a big hole. Joe Madden, not afraid to go against the norm.
Aoki goes, and the throw is into center field, and Aoki pops up, and he's going to head on over to third. Remember, Schwarber is not that experienced behind home plate.
Well, that's going to be an error on Schwarber, and that changes the whole at bat. I mean, just missing on the outside corner. Schwarber gets underneath this thing and airmails everybody. And Aoki, a quick read, pop-up slide, and there's not a whole lot that Caesar, the center fielder, could do about it. And he had an enormous jump. So it'll bring the infield in and makes it a strikeout situation for Danny Herron.
Herron will throw the best pitch that he thinks he's got right here. And it's a base hit up the middle. And the Giants take the lead. Nothing more than a worm burner up the middle.
And that is RBI number 60 on the year for Matt Duffy.
So if the infield's not in, that's an OUT.
It's an OU2. It's not a hanger either. Right out there, knee-high corner, outside part of the plate. Nice disciplined at bat, right back up the middle with 2 strikes, the way you're taught. And he sets it up to have a big inning. RBI leaders at home this year. You see the top 3. Matt Duffy on top.
Yeah, and that's without starting the first 6 weeks. So here's Belt. Belt popped out in the first. And he takes slow. Herron, you can see, frustrated with himself. And we've seen this a lot over the years, the transformation of a guy that used to throw in the high 90s to what he throws now.
I mean, you know, he's probably a much better pitcher now than he was when he had the high 90s.
He was an original Cardinal, wasn't he?
Yes. Out of Pepperdine, teammate of former Giant Noah Lowry, one of our all-time favorite Giants.
I miss Noah Lowry.
Good man.
It was fun traveling with him. One ball and 1 strike.
He always brought the scenery. But for Danny Herron, who started out with St. Louis, and he went to Oakland, was there for 3 years, then to Arizona, then with the Angels, then with the Nationals, then with the Dodgers. And then for a while in the offseason this year, he said, I'm going to quit if I can't play on the West Coast. They talked him into Miami. He went there. And right at the trade deadline this year, he's put on a Cub uniform.
Oh, foul.
Ooh, watch your shin burgers.
That is a shin burger. Yeah, well, it's not your fault. Took a bad hop.
Tim O'Rourke, our ball dude at first base today. Oh, stay up. I got money on it.
He's down, but he's up.
Oh.
Oh, the mound. Watch the mound. Ooh. Let's get a medic for Tim.
That was close to bad. One more look. I got this one mine. This is all mine. Ooh, shin burger.
Our guys need to wear shin guards.
He has good ball dude potential.
Duffy takes off and a foul back. Dave Fleming walking out of the hospitality suite in the Westin in St. Louis on the past trip.
Good call. Great scout report.
Ball 4. Well, let's not let the game get in the way of a good story, okay? That's all right, Tim. We've all been there. So here's Buster Posey. Buster had a good swing, but he popped it up in the second. You can tell his swings are getting better.
They absolutely are getting better. They're getting flatter. That little dip he had in his back shoulder is about gone. If you're going to hit for average in this at this level, you have to be a guy that can quick fix a mechanical problem. And Buster Posey is one of those guys.
And Buster going after that first pitch bounces it foul. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. A walk, a 1-out walk to Nori Aoki. Stolen base, a throwing error by Schwarber, and then the base hit by Duffy. Belt with the walk, first and second with 1 out. Posey lines one to center field. Caesar moving back. He's going to reach up and make the catch. 2 outs. And here's Byrd. Byrd struck out in the second. Giants have a chance to put up a crooked number here in the third.
And they get the right guy up. We talked about the lifetime success the Birds had against Herron. And here's a chance to really hurt him.
Down low, 2 balls and no strikes.
Jim Wolf, first base umpire, saying no swing.
Tomlinson is on deck. Smoked into center field. Caesar on the move. Still on the move. It is out of here. Ownage is ownage. That's his 4th lifetime home run off of Dan Herron.
And he takes on the most direct route to straightaway center you could possibly imagine, right over the 399 sign. Talk about how this ballpark's playing a bit small because of the heat, not a lot of wind, and that is a big swing of the bat.
Draw a line from home plate and straight over to center field.
And his ball down around the knees, he goes down and gets it. And as soon as he squares it up, you knew it had a chance.
Remember where Byrd came from. This is not Cincinnati, but playing a little bit like Cincinnati today.
I mean, right over 399 into the Garden.
So he's got 2 home runs this year in a Giants uniform. 1, a 2-run home run in Pittsburgh, and now this one, a 3-run home run, and it makes it 5-1. Tomlinson's going to end up going around, and that's going to end the inning. So the Giants put a 4 spot on the board. And when it leaves the park, it's bye-bye baby. It is 5-1 Giants. Fourth. I guess one of our umpires got some water and he brought the bottle over to our ball dude. Maybe first base umpire Jim Wolf was watching Tim O'Rourke and he thought that he might have needed some water after that journey for that foul ball.
Will help.
Dehydrated. Here's Rizzo, who singled off of Bumgarner in the second inning. There's Tim.
Yeah, I think he's got potential.
Bumgarner kind of wanted it, kind of 2-0. 7 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 hits. The hits were back-to-back to produce the only run in this game for the Cubs. There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, the guy that got the first hit for the Cubs and scored the run. It's in the batter's box right now.
Out of play, 2-2. All right, ended up in the right hands. She may have on the other colors, but she's happy and we're happy.
Oh yeah, she's a baseball fan.
Got him, and everybody knew it.
All right, time now for our AT versus rewind. That's 8 strikeouts for Madison Bumgarner. Why do I bring that up? We go back to August 16th, his last start here at AT&T against the National. Threw a shutout, allowed 3 hits, walked 1, struck out 14, and oh yeah, by the way, he hit a home run. He's the second person pitcher in Major League history with 14 Ks to hit a home run, and he joins Early Win, who did against the White Sox in 1959 against the Red Sox.
So here's Castro. Right down the pipe, and it's 0-1.
Yep, Giants, the dead. Doesn't get any better than that.
Witness protection.
It's working.
1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, it could be somebody we know. Two balls and 1 strike. Zach Greinke picked up a win today. 1-0. Dodgers beat the Reds. Duffy to his left. Digs it out and throws him out. All right, happy news, Amy G. Here she is, Amy.
Well, you guys had the happy news. Marlon Byrd with his 4th career home run off Dan Herron. But adding to that, it's actually his 5th career home run here at AT&T Park. And the other day, I talked to him about the day after he made his home debut here as a San Francisco Giant. He said he wasn't nervous at all. This isn't his first rodeo. He's been on teams, a lot of teams actually, in his career. But what he did notice was the crowd and how much support they gave him. He said it's way better playing here as a Giant than on the opposing team, of course. He said he's very excited to be here. This is his 23rd game as a San Francisco Giant. He also added, gentlemen, very happy to not face Madison Bumgarner or George Contos ever again, he hopes. He thinks the only thing he's ever hit off George Contos, a couple of foul balls.
2 for 2, couple of foul balls. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Addison Russell. Russell struck out in the 2nd. 1-2.
Not picking up that breaking ball at all. But I mean, he shouldn't feel like the Lone Ranger. That has been really the weapon du jour today for Bumgarner and how he's got his strikeouts. He's got 8 on the day, and just about all of them have been with that breaking ball.
Well, you remember more than I do, but did he come into the league with that breaking ball?
When he came in, he was kind of a fastball slider guy. He didn't have a changeup, sort of a 2-pitch guy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And he learned the curveball, and really the changeup still is a project. He only throws it about 2-3 times a day, a game, and sometimes not even that much. But down the road in his career, and you have to remember he's still young, that changeup will become a better pitch for him.
Got him again. 9 strikeouts through 4 innings. 5-1 Giants.
The San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Giants with a 5-1 lead, and kryptonite for my partner. This is it.
It is right there, baby. Giardelli's.
You could shoot truth serum in my partner and he would not tell anything, but you offer that and he'll spill everything.
Yeah, I have no chance.
Here's Perez, who hooks it foul. It's true.
Just put that thing about 4 inches beyond my arm's reach outside the cell, and I will tell you everything.
Everything. Everything. From the days in Pasadena to Cal Poly to Reno, my goodness.
Maybe not Cal Poly.
Hooked foul. It's 0-2.
What happens at Cal Poly stays at Cal Poly.
True. I don't know. You have a few Dave Oliver stories that I enjoyed. Your old second baseman, Dave Oliver. There it is. I don't know, man. You might cough up those Cal Poly stories if that comes in the booth. 1-2. Adrianza to follow. By the way, Perez doubled in the first run of the game for the Giants. 2-2. He's starting to show signs that he swing the bat a little bit.
It's all about the comfort zone. And every level of professional baseball, he's put up good numbers offensively.
Broadcasters jinx.
Our bad.
Sorry, one. We will not mention that. We think you're getting better again. It's a bad move on my part. It was bad. What was I doing?
I'm blaming you too.
You know what? I'm going to say it again his next time up. He's showing signs. Here's Adrianza.
That's the guy the Giants need to get a little confidence with that bat in his hands. He's another guy like Juan Perez, all the way through the minor leagues. Great numbers.
Yeah, his numbers are good. But he has not transformed at the big league level. Tap slowly, foul. Oh, we got one. What big.
Cap, I'm going to take a couple innings off if you don't mind. I've got things to do.
I don't mind at all. And then I'll take a couple of things off because you got a couple of things in your bag that I might enjoy. Hi to Adrianza. It's 2-2. I'll only say that our friend Rob Davis stopped by from Jordan. So you enjoy that, and then
we'll be happy.
And we'll have a Harry Carey inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That looks pretty good, though.
That's the best Sunday on the planet. The Ghirardelli Sunday they sell at the ballpark here. Fantastic.
Close pitch. I think the Gumby shoulders from Heron is leading me to believe that he thought that was a strike.
He's a little frustrated because he's been on the corners all day and he hadn't gotten a lot of pitches he thought could have gone his way. Here he tries to wrap a little cutter around, and there's the Gumby shoulders from Heron. I thought he had strike 3. Instead, it's a 1-out walk, and now he has to pitch to Bumgarner out of the stretch.
And it's pulled foul. Bumgarner lined out to the shortstop Russell in the 3rd inning. Adrianza goes. It's tapped slowly to 3rd. Heron's going to fall down. Bumgarner may have a hit. Heron may have twisted his ankle too.
I'm not sure if it was an ankle or a knee that gave way when he goes in. Yeah, but it happens to every pitcher that pitches long enough. You're going to have a moment like this.
Yeah, I just think he rolled on it a little bit.
So it just equals an opportunity for the Giants here. A walk and an infield knock.
So here's Norioka, he's popped out and he's walked. Good speed at second and Adrianza. And it's low, 1-0. One ball and no strikes. So it's 2-0. Duffy to follow. High and deep to right. It is foul. I thought he had it.
Well, Dave got it. How close was it? Oh man, I'm talking close. I did too. I mean, that looked like
I think it hit the pole.
a foot.
No, it was just foul. Aoki said, "Oh man, it's a water shot for me." 2-1. This one is a little pop up down the right field line, and it's going to fall. And this is where it ended up.
I mean, it really looked like it was going out of here. And the race is on. The Oklahoma Land Rush has nothing on the McCovey Cove.
And that was not the ball. I think that ball came in second. Nevertheless, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Activity now in the Cubs bullpen. Hit up the middle, could be a pair. And it is. 5th inning coming up. You need to register now at sfgiants.com/tickets for an opportunity to purchase tickets for possible postseason play. That's sfgiants.com/tickets to register, and you must register by noon on Sunday, September 20th to qualify. Here's Matt Caesar, the center fielder, to lead things off. Caesar drew a walk in the second. And a first pitch pop-up out to Tomlinson.
That's what Bumgarner needs. One pitch outs. Well, log on to CSNBayArea.com as insider Alex Pavlovich will provide wire-to-wire reporting of the Giants season. You get breaking news, videos, special features, and much, much more only on CSNBayArea.com.
So here's Herron, who takes a pitch high. Herron struck out in the second inning. Three and 0.
Just a bit low. Some serious take signs going on right now for Herron. Probably a couple of them.
And a strike. It's 3 and 1. And another strike. It's 3 and 2.
And take a hack at it.
Jonathan Herrera is on deck. And he walked.
And I'm not happy about that. Sometimes you can't explain it. You just can't throw a strike.
No, sometimes you can't. You're right. So here's Herrera. Herrera struck out swinging in the second. And he takes a strike.
Regular hitter gets back in there. Boom, first pitch strike. Go figure.
Swing. And a miss. Nothing in 2. Outside, 1 and 2. Only 7 hits in the game. The Giants with 5, Cubs with 2. Out of play, it stays at 1 and 2.
Trying to sneak attack with a little fastball after 3 breaking balls. Herrera late, did well to fight it off. Back to the breaking ball, and that's strikeout number 10.
So here's Denorfia.
Just a beautiful breaking ball, and Herrera swinging at air. Most career 10 strikeout games. Now Madison Bumgarner with 25. Ties Juan Marichal. He's on the top 5 list. Lincecum on top of that list. I remember the day he went past Christy Mathewson. Thought that was pretty remarkable. Definitely leaving his mark not just in San Francisco Giants history, but Giants history. And that's 132 years old.
0 and 2. I think Denorfia is looking for something else. Northfield fights that pitch off.
All right, here we go. Tim O'Rourke.
And wow. Look at the range on that guy.
He got the strut going too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now just don't trip.
Here we go. I got this one. This is mine. I got this one. Yep. Whoop. Not a problem. He's got potential, I'm telling you. Yep. He's got the look. He's got the moves, and he's got the attitude.
Unbelievable.
Six pitches into the day. It's taken him a lot of throws to get to this point here in the fifth.
Got it, and that'll end the inning. Northfield got a beat. 11 strikeouts. Special event, and you need the package, and you'll get a bobblehead of Tim Hudson, an advocate of human rights and ending poverty. Proceeds benefit local nonprofits whose mission are in line with helping those in need of assistance. sfgiants.com/special events. Oh, we got some nurses here, Mikey.
Yep, they lead the league in TLC. UCSF have a soft spot in my heart for the folks there. And they are gamer RNs, no doubt.
All of a sudden, they're not that far away.
No. Well, this was strike three. It is. This is why Joe Madden and the Cubs were upset. They thought that pitch was low.
So here's Duffy. Well, if I'm Denorfia, I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm ticked off.
Yeah. He's ticked off. That's his ticked off face. Still in disbelief.
Breaking ball to Duffy's a strike. Breaking ball down low. Into right. It'll carry out to Bryant. 1 out. And here's Belt. Cardinals will be in town tomorrow night. As Belt rolls this one to Rizzo. And they play tonight in Arizona. Hoping that game probably goes around 19 innings. What do you think?
Yeah, at least 19. I'll put some watermelon in your beer.
I'm not sure that I've ever done that. I'm sure my kids have.
I said the same thing about limes. I was totally wrong.
Here's Buster Posey. And a called strike, and it's 0-1. You know what? This could be a trend.
Gamer Babes.
Pop up high and foul down the right field line and out of play. Your dad like beer?
He wasn't much of a drinker.
Yeah, my dad. Every time I saw my dad drink beer, it was if we were in the hayfield. And if it had to be hot. But that was it. My mom would bring it out in a mason jar. Very cold, by the way.
Wow.
And that was it.
That sounds good. I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that. Some activity in the Cubs bullpen. It's Zach Roskup.
Posey with a base hit into center field. And that'll bring up Byrd. Draw line from home plate over second into straightaway center field, and that's where the home run ball went off the bat of Marlon Byrd. And he rolls it foul, and it's 0-1. This was the home run.
And this was this big swing of the bat. Fastball knee high out over the plate. And Byrd takes on the strong, deep part of center field. Fourth time he's taken that trot against Danny Herron.
Hooks this one foul.
Having a big time out there at the Virgin America booth.
That foul. I'm not sure the men to women ratio is very good for the guys.
I think that explains why it's kind of boring right now.
I think you need to set out some type of a social media to get some gamer babes out there for crying out loud.
Well, they've got one.
High to right field. Bryant on the track, and he's going to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. My goodness. Good luck with that one, guys.
Contest. It is sponsored by T-Mobile. Today's photo coming in from Patty. She tweeted us, Asher at the River Cats. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. That kid is so happy. He's elated. Nothing better than happy babies. What do you got, fans? Send them in. Tweet us, hashtag CSNBA Data Strong Fan. I love that picture, guys.
Yeah, that is a good picture. Here's Schwarber. We're going to be sponsoring photos next year of pictures that Amy G takes that we don't want posted.
Does she have a lot of those?
Oh my goodness. Swinging a foul, nothing in 2. She's getting sneaky too with that.
I know, she's caught you twice.
Phone camera. 0-2. Schwarber hit a ball to Belt in the 3rd. Watch the ending of this play if you haven't seen it before. Watch Bumgarner. This is a big man.
He has to reach back across his body, 360s in the air, lands on the right foot, and left foot touches the bag, and in the end, it's not even close. Schwarber read it was going to be a bad throw.
1 out.
So a much less stressful out here.
Yeah, the girls are in town, and they're here in the garden.
Well, that's not anything new.
We headed to the garden right now. Here's Bryant. 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Now we need to call George Cantos.
There's a pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah. You don't want to be there. You want to be in the garden.
If they only knew what was going on in the garden.
Our guys in the truck said that looks like a Dave Fleming lookalike contest. Yeah, that's where you want to be.
Yeah. Gamer Babes at the Garden.
On the ground, Duffy charging, Duffy throwing. 2 down. And here's Rizzo. Yep, there's.
Yep.
It's a pretty good
brothers.
call, by the way.
Yeah, the same club.
Put a shirt on. Put a blue shirt on Dave, and there it is.
They got a chair just waiting for him.
First pitch to Rizzo is 1 for 2. Is low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Five pitches, and this has a chance to be a quick inning, and he needs one if he's going to try and pitch the 7th. Okay, one thing about Bumgarner, though, he made this comment all August. I mean, August is when guys start to lose a little snap on their breaking ball, and his has gotten better. And here he is 96 pitches into this outing, and the last one he just threw Rizzo was as good as the first one he threw back in the 1st inning.
Now Rizzo's on the All-Star team, right?
Yeah.
Bumgarner on the All-Star team, right?
Yep. Teammates.
I think he enjoys these bits of competition.
Oh, no question. The more reputation you have getting in the batter's box, the more he bears down. It's just the nature of the beast.
Got him. Rizzo flips back. Flips helmet. 5-1 Giants.
is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Well, check out Sports Talk Live, presented by Comcast Business Class today at 5 p.m. on CSN Bay Area. Jim Kosamore, one of our favorites, hosts the Bay Area's best sports talk show. Today's guest, Ray Ratto, always entertaining. CSN Senior Insider Tim Kawakami, Alex Pavlovich, Amy Gutierrez, and Steve Moskowitz. That is a great show.
Tomlinson takes down low. He's 1 for 2. It's this one off the end of the bat, and Castro will throw him out. Giants do have Contos up in the bullpen as Perez is going to step in.
Zach Roskup up again. I do not believe that they're going to let Danny Herron get back into his stretch. So anybody that gets on, you're probably going to see Roskup.
Cubs will take on the Dodgers tomorrow night, and it'll be Jason Hamill against Clayton Kershaw. This is popped up into shallow right field, and it's going to be Castro who makes the catch in front of Bryant. And then the Saturday and Sunday games, it's going to be great matchups. It's Lester against Latos on Saturday, and Arrieta and Alex Wood on Sunday. So we'll keep an eye on those games. And the Giants will welcome in the Cardinals. Here's Avery Adrianza, who drew a walk in the 4th. There's the Gotham Club.
One of the nice little secret treasures of AT&T. And it is extremely cool.
I think we ought to do a game from there.
I'm in. Yeah, I'd do one from behind the bar if you want.
We'll do the Harry Carey game from there.
We should be able to do one Harry Carey game a year.
Absolutely.
It'd be very entertaining.
You know, we like to think that Bob Costas is a guy that has a pretty good idea what's right and wrong about baseball, and we ran into him in Pittsburgh and we asked him about doing a Harry Carey game. Totally agreed that it would be perfect.
On board. It should be a national day.
Adrianza lifts one into right center field. Bryant's going to move over and make the running catch, and that's going to end the inning. 7th inning coming up. Herron and Bumgarner, the two starters. Bumgarner's been fabulous. He's got 12 strikeouts. His 25th career game with 10 strikeouts or more. And Marlon Byrd, who has only John Herron, hit a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. So it's 5-1 Giants. It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be George Cantos. 59th game that he has pitched in this year for the Giants. 2-2 with a 1.94 ERA. George Cantos, a Cubs fan when he was a kid from Lincolnwood on the north side of Chicago. Has a sister and his brother in town watching the series. There's a good seat.
Starlin Castro is 1 for 2. And a strike. Those are the 12 strikeouts for Madison Bumgarner.
And most of them swing and miss.
A great jigsaw puzzle right there. Castro got out of the way. I'm not sure he knows how he did it.
That's one of those things you don't think to do. You just sort of listen to your body, let it do its thing. And I think it may have even caught a piece of the jersey.
Yeah, it looked like it did. Two and one. Big swing and a high foul down the right field line and out of play.
You were raised in Milwaukee rooting for the Braves, and then as you got older, the Brewers came in. But was it a big deal for you when you played with the Indians to come back to Milwaukee, the town you were
absolutely
raised in?
Absolutely. It's going to be a little bit more problematic than going into other towns, but I even liked playing against the Brewers when they came to Cleveland. There was just a wee bit more interest.
It's a different game. I mean, the team you rooted for as a kid, you pitch against it. A lot of it is because your family and your friends is watching it, or because they're there.
Out of play. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the white shirts have taken over for the blue shirts.
Yeah, blue shirts back, white shirts in the front.
Oh my goodness. I think there's a boatload of ties hanging somewhere.
Yeah, trash can.
Castro just got a piece. Oh, you think they're in the trash?
I do. I think it was. We're going to go to work in the morning, then we're going to go to the ball yard in the afternoon and take your tie. We're going to burn it in the trash can in the 4th inning.
Toss the ties.
Well, I think she put the whole trip together.
I bet she did, yeah.
She's the camp coordinator. I don't think any of those guys were aware of the invitation list until they got there.
Absolutely.
And that was all by her design.
Perez looks like he's got a beat on this one, and he does. So here's Russell. Russell against Bumgarner had struck out twice. High again.
Just missed high with the cutter.
One pitch. And Russell goes around. It's 1-2. Close, 2-2. Chris Coghlan is on deck. Would be in the spot where Matt Caesar would hit. Got him. Got him. For the third time.
Saved that hard slider until he got to the 2-strike count. Drops it out there, sliding off the outside corner. Great breaking ball.
So here's Coghlan. So Coghlan has been in the lineup in the first 2 games in this series. He went 1 for 4 on Tuesday, 0 for 2 in the game last night. And it's low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Drifted out to Nori Aoki, and that's going to end the inning. For the Giants, it'll be the pitcher spot in the top of the order coming up. Lead. And Maxwell on the first pitch lifts it out to right, and out there is Coghlan, and he's going to make the catch. All right, stay tuned for the wrap. It's coming up in just a bit. Mike will also talk about the game with Murph and Mac tomorrow morning on KNBR 680. When it's time for a change, think speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back.
Bay Area and the Giants Television Network. Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. the Giants will be taking on the Cardinals in Game 2, and you'll see it right here on CSN Bay Area. The pregame live starts at 12:30. Plus, complete pre- and post-game coverage and Giants insider Alex Pavlovich at CSNBayArea.com. The home of the authentic Giants fans is Comcast Sportsnet. The pitcher now for the Cubs will be the left-hander Zach Roskup. Roskup, just a little over a year's time at the big league levels. In 27 games, or 26 games this year, 2-1. And when you take your bat, you're going to see a low to mid-90s fastball with a little natural cut to it and a slider.
And he throws the first pitch high to Nori Aoki. Bryant's now in center. Coughlin is in right. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Out of play, 1-2.
Roskup from Portland, Oregon. Meanwhile, the Giants bullpen, Mike Broadway, finishing off his warm-up throws. He will pitch the 8th inning.
Oki started to jump at that one, but he takes it high. It's 2-2. And he fouled it at home plate. That's what Davey Martinez is looking at.
Davey Martinez, the bench coach for Joe Madden. Former Giant, Dave Martinez.
Get to left. Denarfia, a long run. And he'll slide, and it's a fair ball. And Aoki is going to head to third. And they're going to send him home. And the play at the plate. And he is out at the plate. And it took a really nice tag by Schwarber. And they got him.
Well, everything about this play was the big leagues. I mean, even the effort put on by Denarfia. He slides in. And I don't think he knows who the ball is. He gets up, finds the ball, and watch the relay from Addison Russell. A perfect one-hop strike and a great pick on the one-hop by Schwarber to put the tag on. And how perfect was this throw? Perfect. He beat him by 3 inches.
Yep. I think they got him.
And that's the big leagues. Giants are looking at it. I'm sure they're going to want to see a couple of angles. But from that first angle that we saw, he was out.
Hey. They're not going to challenge it.
They will not challenge. What a play from Russell and Schwarber. But this really is the play right here. Stays with it.
They got him.
That's just the big leagues. That's all you can describe that. It's absolutely a spectacular play.
So here's Duffy. And Duffy hits one into right center field. Is anybody there? Leaping and catching is Coughlin, and that's going to end the inning. Nice play by Coughlin. 8th inning coming up. Here with MLB.com at bat, and it is the #1 app for live baseball. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Giants are leading 5-1. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
So Mike Broadway coming into the ball game, second time that he's gotten into a game since being recalled. On the year, this will be the 8th time he's pitched in a big league ball game. 3.24 ERA, 5 strikeouts against 3 walks. He throws hard. You're going to see mid to high 90s with a fastball, hard slider.
Facing Tommy La Stella, who takes high. Nori Aoki almost made the Grand Tour.
Well, he ran through a stop sign. Roberto Kelly held him up.
2-0. Strikes would be important here for Mr. Broadway.
Now, when you have a 4-run lead, you do not want to issue any passes. You have to force the guy in that batter's box to swing the bat.
And he gets a little help, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Stella swinging at ball 3, no doubt. Tim O'Rourke, our ball dude, has been quite entertaining today.
Yes, he has. He can sit on the bench on my team any day.
Absolutely. He's a natural.
Down the right field line. That would be foul. La Stella clearly not impressed with 97.
Looking fastball, looking in, and just yanking it. Tallest guy comes up with the ball.
Just outside. So 3-2.
Josh Osich heating up in the Giants bullpen.
Miguel Montero's on deck. And it's foul again. Oh, that was a little too quick for Tim.
If he got out in front of this thing, it may have killed him. What was that?
It's 3-2. 8th inning. The pitch. The Pete.
Veteran.
For the last 40 years has a target on his chest for foul ball.
Oh, he's a massive ugly finder right there.
And the reason they put Pete down there is that people value that camera more than they do Pete. Hit foul again. So Pete, you get that spot. Doesn't Pete look like one of those World War II helicopter pilots down there?
I think he was in World War II.
Putting the headsets on, trying to radio somebody. Finally, Estella strikes out.
Well, that was one of the best breaking balls of the year, too, I might add. That was nasty.
All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys, all season long we raise funds here at the Giants for the Giants Community Fund. And now some very gracious and awesome Giants fans are having a chance to fulfill some of those auction items that they bid on earlier today. Little 9-year-old Wes and his buddy AJ got a pitching lesson from none other than Matt Cain, who actually got in the squat himself and was playing catcher, giving them lots of tips. What you don't see here, gentlemen, is Matt Cain made them do push-ups. Talked to him about it. I said, what's going on? They didn't sign up for that, Matt. And he said, hey, you come get a pitching lesson with me, you do push-ups. They all had a really great time. Very cool stuff, guys.
That is cool, and it's great to see the Giants players get involved with these kids. This is out of play.
Well, there's a lot to learn, and that's how this game has been taught. It gets passed down from generation to generation. And it really is one of the great strengths of this game. It's taught through stories. That's a good hook, man. That is a good breaking ball.
Well, it's almost as if Montero knew it was coming because he just was not going to swing.
After taking that second strike, he's got to cover it now.
Yes, he does.
He goes fishing in that 1-2 pitch.
High, 2-2. Denarfia is on deck. We're in the visitors' half of the 8th inning. First pitch, 79 degrees. Get out of my kitchen.
Well, stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Esurance Giants postgame live. We'll get highlights, reaction, and analysis, and it's all coming up right after the game.
Somebody got dinged because Gary Cederstrom has given everybody some time at home plate.
Just coming out to wipe off a home plate that doesn't need to be wiped off.
It may have been Buster. Got him.
98 right through the heart of the strike zone. And with a little elevation for a guy who really his strength is at the low part of the zone, that's a great pitch. And a little bit of a foul ball. Posey manages to hang on. Two guys he's faced, two guys he struck out swinging.
Here's Denorfia, who struck out twice. And those are off of Bumgarner. And Denorfia had a little bit of ownage on Bumgarner coming in, but not today. Popped up and out of play. It's 0-1.
Giants pitching has struck out 15 Cubs today. Yeah. Bumgarner with 12, Contos with 1, and now Broadway has 2 here in the 8th inning. And that has really been the reputation of the Cubs. I mean, they will strike out, but they will also hit some home runs.
Oh, and 2. .97 up high, maybe a little bit away. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch for Broadway will be number 20 here in the 8th. Two and 2. You know, we're gonna have to pack again pretty soon.
Won't be long.
You don't want to talk about it, I know. Three-city trip coming up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ooh. Just missed. Little breaking ball, outside corner. You wonder when you throw that, how could a guy take that pitch?
Adrianza down to a knee, up throwing, got him. Nice play, and that'll end the inning. Brandon Belt's going to lead things off. here on a sunny, warm Thursday afternoon. It's a 5-1 lead for the Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
James Russell, the new pitcher now for the Cubs, 47th time that he has come into a game. And you're going to see a 90-ish fastball. He will cut a lot of cutters. Curveball, slider, changeup. He's got a lot of pitches he'll give you. As Brandon Belt takes his at bat, his son Grayson turns 1 year old today. Miguel Montero stays in the ball game. He's doing the catching. Tommy LaStella goes to third base. And Kyle Schwarber moves out to left field. Those are the changes for the Cubs. There's Schwarber.
So 3-1 to Belt. Belt reached on a walk and scored in the third. 0 for 2. And the walk.
All right, time now for our play of the game. It's brought to you by Honda. No-brainer today. Madison Bumgarner continues an incredible August as he goes 6 strong innings. He strikes out 12. The breaking ball of the day, just lethal. And he was mowing down Chicago. And not only did he do it with his arm, he did it with the glove. One of the most spectacular plays we've seen go 3-1, where he reaches back across his body, pirouettes a perfect 360 and gets the tag. He's our player of the game. Brought to you by Honda.
Posey down the right field line. Nobody's going to get it. Off of archway number 2. Belt will stop at third. Posey into second base for the double. Good to see that stroke.
I think he's definitely corrected the flaw that had plagued him for most of the road trip. The Giants just got off of here. A fastball, really not a hanger either. Just staying down beautifully through it. And watch it travel. Let it get deep. Just almost swinging and hitting this ball with his back foot. And with backspin, it gets out to right field in a hurry.
So Byrd is going to be walked intentionally. And that'll bring to the plate the kid, Kelby Tomlinson, who seems to have better at bats with people on base. His bats are pretty good no matter what. But so Byrd will take the walk, and here's Tomlinson. He's 1 for 3. Infield in. And Tomlinson cannot hold up, so it's no balls and 1 strike.
Also with bases loaded, no place to put Tomlinson coming right at him with a breaking ball.
Montero couldn't find it. Now he does. 1 ball and 1 strike. And your base runners, Belt, Posey, Byrd. Out of play, 1 and 2.
Tomlinson not happy with himself. He had a pitch to hit there. You mentioned the success that Tomlinson has had with men in scoring position. I mean, it really is a different at bat when there's nobody on it as to when there's a runner in scoring position. And some guys, they thrive in that situation, others don't.
Out of play.
But it's one of those situations, the more success you have, the more confidence you have, right? They just go hand in hand.
One ball, 2 strikes. And this little pop-up is going to be out of play.
We watched it happen this year with Brandon Crawford, who really got a lot of confidence early in the year with the RBI situation. And it was something he has thrived with this year. And it's almost like some guys get tight in the RBI situation. He relaxes in that situation.
And it has shown. 1 and 2. High fly ball to left. Schwarber back. It is out of here. His first big league home run is a grand slam. How about that? And that lights up this crowd.
All he has done since he's gotten to the big leagues is hit, and especially in that money at bat.
And Perez with a base hit up the middle. And he's going for 2. And they got him. So Perez is thrown out, and here's the home run.
Breaking ball down and in. Now, this is a 2-strike at bat. And he catches it just right. We talked about how this ballpark is playing a little smaller today. You're getting carry, and here he just rides it right on out of here. And Kyle Schwarber, the left fielder, all he can do is watch. And your first big league home run, they put a smile on you.
So here's Adrianza. And Adrianza skies one into center field. And Brian will make the catch. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Maxwell. Well, I hope they get the ball for that kid. Do a little negotiating.
That's a moment he'll never forget.
Maxwell pops this one up. It'll be Castro hangs in there in the tough sky and sun, and he puts it away. Damage done. Tomlinson hits the home run, a grand slam. And when it leaves the yard, it's bye-bye baby. It's 9-1 Giants.
BSN Bay Area is brought to you by Ring Central. Business communications made simple.
Giants with a 9-1 lead, and Josh Osich is the new pitcher for San Francisco, facing Kyle Schwarber.
Josh Osich, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy. 17th time he's come into a game.
And this is hit out to right field, and there Byrd is standing and waiting. 1 out. And that'll bring up Bryant. So Giants have kept the first 3 guys in the lineup quiet. They don't have a hit. Well, most of the lineup doesn't have a hit. The Cubs only have 2 hits, and they came back to back in the second. Bryant struck out twice, and he's bounced out to third. And he's a free swinger, and he fouls it to the backstop.
There's the negotiation.
Yep. Oh, you negotiate with a Red Sox fan? Someone from Boston? I've had to do that for 30 years in my marriage, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I want to have a ball, a couple of bats.
Good luck with that negotiation.
Buster Posey's catch a glove, case of Jordan Cabernet, and a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle.
I'm 0 for 1,000 in that deal. Up the middle. Adrianza behind the bag. Not in time. And Tomlinson left the dugout. The crowd started to stand and cheer for him, and after a while he realized that, you know what, this is for me. And he had to smile. He had to. And then he looked around.
He gave a tip of the cap. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, he's in a pretty good club. I mean, he joins a list of Giants whose first home run in the big leagues was a grand slam. That's quite impressive. Last guy to do it prior to Tomlinson was Brandon Crawford, Eli Whiteside, Brian Dallimore, Dave Kingman on the list, Bobby Bonds, Monty Irvin. So congratulations, Kelby Tomlinson. You're on the list.
You forgot Mule Watson.
Mule Watson.
No balls and 1 strike. I think Crawford's not only was his first home run, it was his first hit. No balls and 1 strike to Rizzo.
A day he'll never forget.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
The Grand Slam has certainly been a signature of 2015.
Yeah, it has.
That's 7 Grand Slams the Giants have hit this year. And that ties a single season record as Osich gets a strikeout. That looked like a changeup and a good one.
Well, he started throwing that changeup a lot in Chicago.
That's a good one. 3 other teams have hit 7 Grand Slams in a season: 1970, 1998, and 2000.
So here's Castro. Castro's 1 for 3. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. I think Bruce Bochy enjoys some of the new toys that have arrived, including Tomlinson and Byrd and Osich, Broadway. Bryant's going to go. Nobody cares, as this is to Duffy. 360 and a throw, and that's the ball game. So the Giants lose on Tuesday, but they come back and they win the next 2 games in this 3-game series. And today was just a great day for Bumgarner in the offense.
Well, it just continues to be a great month of August for Madison Bumgarner. But, you know, this is a team that
Cubs and the Giants really had problems with getting swept in a 4-game series in Chicago. Here they come home and they right the ship and win their series with the Cubs, and this is a big win for the Giants as they keep going.
So Bumgarner now picks up his 16th win of the season. All right, final score here on this beautiful day. It's the Giants 9 and the Cubs 1. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance postgame live's coming up. Interviews and the wrap starts right now.